Hello everybody, Wendy Four here, and today's Team Leads on Fire training is about to begin. Today's date is January 14th, 2018, and this is our social media marketing training meeting. So we want to welcome everybody. We're glad that everybody's here, and we are going to start right away. So today's topic, guys, is the easy way to build a large team with your warm market. Building a large team does not have to be hard, but it does take consistency. One of the things that we want to talk about is the fact that you do have a warm market whether you know it or not. People that have been on your Facebook list for a while, you know, they actually know something about you. People that maybe you have frequented their business for consistently, maybe the person that you go to the bakery for, or the person you go buy meats from, or the regular cashier that you usually check out with at the grocery store. People that see you on a frequent basis, they don't have to know everything about you. They don't have to be your good friend. They just have to be somebody that, if they saw you, you would be a familiar face. So they have some recognition of who you are, to be considered your warm market. So that's the idea that I want you guys to get in your head. Everybody has a warm market. So if you can kind of start thinking of those people, those are the ones that we're going to be addressing today. And I know that the title is Building a Large Team with Your Warm Market. And some people are really happy with just building a team and bringing in enough residual income to make a few $100s a month. Some people are really looking to take this to the next level and be a 6- and 7-figure earner. But no matter where you are with that equation, the tips that I'm going to give you today will apply because they're going to get you to whatever level you want to be at. So as a team, what I would like for us to do is start applying these social media strategies to our marketing, and then let's, over the next 90 days, it's going to be more of kind of like a little 90-day challenge to put these action steps into place, and let's see where we are. And then, of course, with everything, you're going to tweak stuff. So when you're setting a action plan, you usually want to set it for a set amount of time. And I like to set 90-day goals because what happens is that after 90 days, whatever you've learned or put into place, it becomes a habit. So this is one of the good habits that we're going to actually try to put into place. So we really do want to reinforce the fact that the steps I'm getting ready to talk to you about over 90 days, once you've done them, then it just becomes part of your daily life. You don't even have to think about it anymore because you know you're going to do it, okay? So I like to call this forming a rote activity action. And what rote means is something that you do in repetition until it's a learned behavior, okay? So anything that you do in rote, you're going to have it fully learned, and then it becomes a habit. And like I said, you guys, we don't even think about it. It's just like, when you were a child, you didn't get up and drink coffee in the morning. But as an adult, somewhere in the equation, you started drinking coffee. So now you drag your ass out of bed and you go in there to that coffee pot and you don't think about it. That's just something that you do every day. It's just a habit. That's what you do. So that is a rote activity. So to start building a large team online or offline, however you're going to do this, you need to set rote activity action goals. And what I mean by that, guys, is things that you're going to set a goal, you're going to feel good about doing it, and it's going to be something that you absolutely will complete, okay? This is not about setting things that will challenge you, not about trying something new that you've never done before. It's about setting goals that are easy to do. Okay, so and like I said, it's about forming good habits, not new challenges, okay? So, for example, to set some goals, you're going to want to make a list of things that you could do to further your business that would be, bring in customers and be money-making activities. And keep in mind that these activities need to be about forming relationships. So let's give some examples. Say if you're working, you could say every morning I'm going to add 10 new people to my Facebook list. Okay, just that simple. Just go in and find 10 new people to send an invitation to, so you can add them. You could say that you're going to set a lunch appointment every day for 90 days. Try to find people that are outside of online to go and have a lunch meeting with every day for 90 days. You could say that you're going to every day at lunch or in the evening, or however it works for you, you're going to start 10 conversations on Facebook every day for 90 days. One thing you could do is you're going to say, I'm going to do a presentation either in person, like, set up somewhere at a conference place, something like that, or you could say you're going to do it live on Zoom, but you're going to do, say, a presentation every week. Okay, so that could be something. Or for those of you who loved phone call, you could say, I'm going to make phone calls to prospects every single day. So that would just be some ideas for you guys. But what I'd like for y'all to do is, make a long list of ideas that you can come up with. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with the top 3 easiest things, because we don't want to start with the hard things. We want to start with the easiest things that you absolutely know that you will commit to doing and that you can do every day. So, like I said, make a big long list and have some challenging things on there, maybe even some things that you want to learn how to do. But from that list, I want you to pick the ones that are the 3 easiest. So those are the ones that you'll actually start with. And then after the 90 days, and this becomes a habit for you guys, then you start adding 1 or 2 more to your list to do. Because, the worst thing that you can do is put yourself in overwhelm. So once something becomes a habit, then it's no longer something that you feel like you're making yourself do. So it's just something that happens every day, just like going to get your cup of coffee. And then that's the time when you know that it's become a habit, that's the time that you can start feeling comfortable adding new Rote Activity Action goals. Okay, so like I said, be really creative, come up with some things that you think, because everybody has different businesses that they're running, different things that they're doing online, offline. Everybody has different ways that they're approaching their marketing, but just be really super creative and come up with your top 3 easiest, and then that's what we're going to start with. Okay, so like I said, just remember that everybody has a warm market. These are people that know something about you, even if it's just like they know that you come shop with them every week for groceries because they see you all the time. They're warm market. Okay, so one thing that I really want to make sure that you guys do is keep your positive attitude during this time, because when you're learning something new, that is the time that everybody can get really negative and say, I'm tired of this. It's too much trouble. I just can't do this. But so I want everybody to every day get up and say, I can do this. So that's another thing that you can actually put as your Rote activity goal. If you need that, is positive thinking. That could just be one of your goals, is every morning get up, look in the mirror and say, I can do this. So keeping it positive will really help you along the way to performing the action steps and actually getting this into a habit. Another thing with that said is if you have achieved your goals for the week, every week, set a day. Say, like if you're going to, I do my planning on Sunday night usually for the next week. And then I decide what things, actions I need to take for the week. So say by Saturday, if I work Monday through Saturday, say by Saturday, I look back and I check off all the things that I've done. And I actually do this, guys. I write it on a calendar and I check stuff off. And I look to see how much I've achieved and how much I haven't. And then say, for instance, if I said I was going to call 10 people every day, and I did that every single day, I'm going to reward myself for achieving that goal. And your rewards don't have to be big. They can be like something as simple as, I'm going to take an hour of TV time. If you work a lot and don't watch a lot of TV, if you achieve something great and there's a show you want to watch, I'm going to take an hour of TV time, or I'm going to take a 30-minute break and call a girlfriend I hadn't talked to in a while. Just something that you enjoy and makes you happy is the reward. It doesn't have to be something that costs money. Not saying go out and buy a bunch of stuff, that kind of thing. But just find something simple that makes you happy and gives you joy. And then think about this. Every time you achieve a goal and then you reward yourself, it becomes something that you want to do habitually because you want that reward. Okay? So that's why rewarding yourself is important. The next thing I want you guys to realize is through this 90-day process and starting with these action goals, I don't want you guys to get caught up in the results. I want you to be more focused on the actions, because the actions is what matters. The fact that you've made those 10 phone calls a day, not that you didn't get any signups. So in other words, you could call, say, 6 people, and they might, just be pleasant throughout your conversation, that kind of thing. But they are definitely not interested. Maybe they just, they're happy that you called them. They're great to hear from you because they're a friend, but it's just not their thing. So don't take every no as a no. Take it as a not right now. Thank them for their time, and then move forward with the relationship. Because as you build that relationship and as people know more about what you do, as long as you don't pressure them and you're not pushy and you're not salesy, most people will, especially if they're your friend, they will say, no, I just don't think that's for me, and let that be okay. Just don't push people past the point to where they're like, when they see you coming. So like I said, the challenge that we're doing is not about getting caught up in the results. It's about forming the rote habits, because once those rote habits are formed, then the results will come. Because let's stop and think about this. If I was Scott, and I love to make phone calls because he does, and I made 10 calls a day for 5 days, that's 50 calls. Out of those 50 calls, I'm going to get somebody who's interested, that wants to know more. And more than likely, out of those 50 calls, I'm going to get somebody who wants to buy my products and services. So, like I said, don't get caught up in the results of the initial phone call. The results that you're tracking is the fact that you took the action step in the first place. End of the week, always reward yourself. And if you didn't, if something, life just went crazy, the kids got sick, your job made you work overtime, whatever, don't beat yourself up about not completing it. Just say, okay, I didn't finish this. Maybe making 10 phone calls a day was too high of a goal for me. So next week, let me start with 5 a day. Let me see if I can finish 5 a day for next week. And then if I do that really well, the following week I'll bump it up to 10. So you have to adjust what you think you can do as your schedule allows. But like I said, pick 3 goals that are super easy, commit to it, and I want everybody to definitely take this challenge with me. And of course, I'm not going to check your homework, but I do want to hear about what your results are. So we can definitely talk about the results online in the team chat, that kind of thing, or actually on the team Facebook page. And we want to definitely know how you're doing with it. And if you have any questions, what can I do differently? Or if you don't really know what would be a good Rote activity goal to set, we can have some conversations about that also. So that is my presentation for the social media today, and we will hopefully have you guys back next Sunday at 3 o'clock for our next social media training. So this week, your challenge is to start setting those goals and putting them into action, and let's hear how you do next week. So thanks, guys. I am going to stop the recording now, and we will talk soon.